Bitcoin's out there breaking all-time highs while ICP is just kind of sitting still. Will ICP live up to its expectations this bull run? That's what I'm going to cover in today's video, so hit that like button and let's jump into it. All right, today we're going to jump into ICP. I've seen all kinds of comments out there. Some people worried about whether ICP will perform this bull run or not. Even Jerry Banfield has questioned whether or not he should have jumped into ICP when he did. But in today's video, I'm going to cover my opinion on it and what's going on with ICP recently. So let's jump into it here. All right, ICP is number 32 as far as market cap for crypto. I think it's going to be moving up the charts here as we get into this bull run here, especially with some of the AI narrative that's going on with ICP. I want to show you some things in this video that's going on with it recently here because they have done some major upgrades to ICP, and we're also going to get into the price action here as well. So if we take a look at ICP, currently the market cap is right around $4 billion, just over $8. You can see it did get, almost up to $20 back in March when we had that mini bull run earlier this year. So it did have some really good price action. That's what really gives me hope about ICP is, it was down into the $3 to $4 range in 2023, but when the market moved earlier this year, it moved with it. So that is a really good sign. And usually these are just mini pumps, kind of like a warm-up for the real bull run to come. I think once we get into the main bull run here, it's going to absolutely explode, but I'll show you my price targets as well. If we jump into the chart here with ICP, you can see basically that we've just been kind of moving down since we've had that spike here back in March. And, I was telling people way back here in 2023 that I was picking up ICP right around $4. That's when I grabbed a bunch of it. I didn't have a lot of funds available before that, but I did grab a 1,000 ICP back here last year when I took out some Solana profits and moved it into ICP. I think that was a good move. A lot of people worried about this dump here that happened last bull run, but you have to pretty much ignore that because that was an intentional FUD and manipulation of the ICP token by FTX to try to crush it because it was a competitor to Solana. So other than that, it's been doing pretty well this bull run here. Sure, it hasn't hit like new all-time highs or anything like that. I don't think it's going to reach its previous all-time high this bull run just because it was artificially manipulated up to ridiculous prices, like $700 and some or something like that. So it's absolutely ridiculous what happened with it, but we're not too worried about that because we're focusing on this bull run. If you look at ICP's price to Bitcoin, sure, you could have invested in Bitcoin back here, and then you could have, done better by holding your Bitcoin and purchasing ICP now. But nobody really has a crystal ball. It could have pulled like a Solana did, and it wouldn't have done this well if it had done something like Solana had. So, sure, you could have held Bitcoin this whole time, and you could have purchased ICP now and picked up more ICP with your Bitcoin if you really wanted to do that. I think that's what Jerry Banfield was upset about because he had Bitcoin and he had sold it for ICP, but he also sold his Solana for ICP. I think like I sold my Solana for ICP, but he sold a Solana way back around $20, I believe, where I sold it between like $60 and $100. So big difference there, and I picked up a bunch of ICP with my profits and a bunch of other coins as well. So this post by Definity here talks about the 3 milestones that went live with ICP recently here. They had the Tokamak, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these correctly, Stellarator and Beryllium. So we'll take a look at those here. So there's some Medium articles about this. So the first part 1 article about Stellarator here, basically this is talking about the 3-part series that they're going over here. This upgrade refers to the Stellarator milestone of the ICP roadmap, which is now being rolled out across the network. Stellarator is a breakthrough in on-chain data storage, enabling each subnet to host over 1 terabyte of memory per subnet. So that's a lot of information to be stored on the blockchain, unlocking opportunities for data-rich applications previously limited by storage constraints. So you have to realize that ICP is actually doing everything on-chain, unlike Solana and a bunch of other blockchains out there. ICP is really the only one that's truly doing everything on-chain. So that's what is game-changing about it. This advancement allows developers to build sophisticated applications requiring large-scale data processing, bringing a new level of utility to blockchain technology. Without further ado, let's start this series by looking at how ICP stores data now with the Stellarator update. So they have data persistence on the internet computer with a particular focus on recent changes introducing log-structured merge trees or LSMT-based storage, which among others enables replicated storage on internet computer subnets and allows them to better better handle heavy workloads. ICP consists of subnets, virtual machines identically replicated across 13 to 40 replica machines. Basically, it talks about how this is going to get into 1 terabyte of storage on here for each subnet. So then there's part 2 of this article for Stellarator here. Simple, safe, and fast. Matoko's enhanced orthogonal persistence. And they say here, Matoko introduces enhanced orthogonal persistence. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing all that correctly, so forgive me if I'm not, but a distinct feature that aims to relieve programmers from dealing with stable memory by offering an upgrade mechanism that is simple, safe, and fast at the same time. And they say here it's always been able to automatically preserve program state across upgrades without any additional code to handle persistence. Unfortunately, the previous implementation of this feature did not scale to large or deeply nested data. This feature now has been substantially enhanced in terms of safety, performance, and scalability. The key innovation is to avoid any transfer of state to stable memory by simply retaining, not erasing, the main memory here. And it talks about the runtime and all that. They switched from a 32-bit to a 64-bit memory to eventually scale to huge amounts of persistent data. We go to Article 3 here. It talks about the increasing ingress message throughput in here. So they're saying if you're like us, then waiting for data to be uploaded to a DApp is not your favorite pastime. Therefore, they're thrilled to announce the Network Nervous System, the NNS, is rolling out an optimization of the Internet Computer Protocol to improve the consensus throughput. So that's another benefit to this Stellarator here. So the other upgrade is the Tokamak, a significant improvement in end-to-end latency. So they're saying here to fully understand the update call lifecycle, it helps to cover a few foundational concepts of the ICP's architecture. They talk about canisters here. There's smart contracts on ICP that store state and execute code. Users interact with the canisters by submitting update calls which initiate actions on the smart contract. Then of course they have subnets. They're groups of nodes that host and manage the canisters. Each subnet functions as an independent blockchain network, enabling ICP to scale by distributing load across multiple subnets, with each managing a unique set of canisters. A smart contract in one subnet can communicate with another smart contract on a different subnet by sending messages, so they can communicate back and forth between these different subnets. So that is huge. So you can read through this article about Tokamak and how it is significantly improving latency with ICP. The other upgrade they talk about on here is Beryllium, and it basically upgrades the DevOps experience with ICP here. So it's a secure platform that enables developers to launch unstoppable decentralized applications rapidly. Sovereign of cloud provider, oligopoly research. Think of ICP as a protocol for compute over IP. It is for compute what ICP is for communication. So close to 800,000 applications are deployed on ICP today, with that number growing each and every day. And they talk about the Beryllium high level here. It encapsulates several features that live within the domain of DevOps, and that specifically aims to shorten the development cycles and increase deployment frequency and deliver high quality software in a more predictable and sustainable way. So you guys can read through these articles on these 3 upgrades, but ICP, just so you guys know, is going to be an absolute monster. They're building this thing the right way. They're doing everything on chain. They're scaling it properly. They're making it fast, secure, and easy to scale with ICP. So it's going to be massive. Now, as far as price predictions for ICP, personally, I think ICP is going to get up to $100, potentially $150 this bull run. But, I'm not going to wait for those dollar amounts to start taking my profits out. I got my ICP at $4. So once we start getting around that $40 range, I'm going to take out my initial investment, and then I'm probably going to take some out, on the $50 some dollar range, $60 some dollar range, $75 range, and so on. Maybe just 5 or 10% and just sell a little bit here and there on the way up, and then maybe leave in a chunk, like 10% of my ICP in case we get up to that $100 or more mark. But I'm not going to be greedy, guys. I don't need 100x out of this coin to make it this bull run, and I don't think it's going to do 100x, but I definitely think it could do, like, from here a 10 to 20x potentially, and from my price of $4 potentially a 25 to 30x or somewhere in that range. But I'm not going to be too picky. I'm going to make sure I'm taking profits out, because we just don't know when this bull run is going to end or exactly how well ICP is doing. I know a lot of people think it's going to get to $200 or $300. That is possible if you look at the market cap of $4 billion. In order for it to get to $100 billion market cap, which is possible because some of the projects like Solana did that last bull run, and the overall market cap for crypto will be bigger this bull run. So basically a 25x from here. So if you take 7 times 25, I think that's like $175 price point for ICP if I'm doing the math correctly in my head. But Will that happen? We don't know for sure if that's going to happen. It might only get to, 40 billion or 50 billion this bull run. We don't know. So just be careful when you're taking your profits out, and make sure that you guys figure out your profit taking strategy for this bull run as well. But just wanted to give you an update with ICP. I'm holding all of my ICP. I haven't sold a single one yet. I'm not planning on taking profits out till we get over the $40 range, and that's how I'm going to play it this bull run. And depending on how we do as we get into early 2025 and how high ICP is going, I may have to adjust my strategy a little bit. Going to be a little bit flexible, of course, in case the market does better or worse than what we think it's going to do. But that's pretty much what I got for this video, guys. I appreciate it if you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we'll see you on the next video.